Okay, so taking your shahada, what was the leap of faith, if we want to use those words?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the leap of faith was the dream that I had. I don't know if you ever heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it a couple of times, but yeah.
Yeah, it was my dream ultimately. And it was during a time where I did pretty much all the research that you have to do. You know, I already started praying 5 times per day. I went to Jummah every Friday. Yeah. I learned wudu and all of that. Moreover, I was taking Arabic lessons every Sunday as well, right? So everything was in place essentially. And the only thing that was missing was the shahada. That's it. So even my wife, that was so against Islam initially, when she found out that I was praying 5 times per day, she sat down with me and asked me, "What are you waiting for? What are you doing? Why don't you revert to Islam?" So you already pray 5 times per day. You're already going to the mosque. What are you doing? It doesn't make any sense, you know. And even she didn't want me to revert at all. But even she came and asked me, "What's going on? You know, you cannot keep on going here all the time doing reaction videos. What are you doing?" You know. And for me, it was the same. I felt that it was about time, but something was holding me back. And I didn't fully realize what it was. So I was telling myself, as I said, I know myself, and this is why I'm postponing now. I have to learn more. However, I realize now that I didn't truly understood myself, because in my dream, and for people that haven't heard it, I'm floating over this Islamic city. I'm flying, right? And I see all of those mosques, all of those minarets. It almost looks like I would imagine the golden age of Islam to have looked like. That's how I imagine it. Right? It must have been that. Maybe Baghdad back in the day. Who knows? And so I'm flying over the city, floating, and then I hear the shahada, but it's not coming from the mosques. It's coming from my heart, right? And it's coming from my heart, and it tries to get out, and it's building up. This pressure is building up in my chest, building up, and it's rising, and reaches my throat, and then it reaches my mouth, my inner, room of my mouth. And I don't want to speak it because, I'm not ready yet. I have to do more research. And so I hold my mouth. I hold my mouth shut in my dream, but it tries to burst out. And so it bursts out of my heart, and you hear it over the city, everywhere, right? And so what I realize now is that what I didn't know about myself is that I couldn't really understand that it was really just myself holding myself back. So the initial patience that I had, sabr, was good. The initial research that I wanted to do was good, based upon my previous experiences. All of that was good. However, I failed to understand that now it was still just me holding myself back. So the last battle, as always, was against myself. So I was battling against myself, holding down the shahada, even though my heart has already proclaimed it. And when I woke up out of that dream, I understood, okay, I am already Muslim. That is it. My heart already knows this truth. And now it's just literally about speaking it. That's all. That's it. And so that was the leap of faith, so to speak.